Hello folks, it's Mike here again for another Invaders video. Yes, I am on ship number 3. It's just about done. Built it for George. George, yes, this is your ship. And Rick and I are here tonight just to critique it a little bit and talk about the new chaser and what we got going on. As you can see, we got a dome laying down on the base here. And that's because I haven't glued the dome on yet. That's kind of like the last touches. And Rick's here. Here he is. When we're talking about
guys. How's it going? Good to see you again.
The ship. Yeah. And I was just showing Rick my David Vincent Galaxy 500. Yeah. And it's just kind of like a little thing you can put with it. If you want one, I can get you one. But that's aside. I still got to do a paint job on that. But there is the controller, which is the reproduction of the original props. So basically you got the full off switch there, and you got a double switch here for the domes. So when you basically turn it on, that's the power. So the power turns it on. And these blinking lights are just an added little feature, just to let you know that the power is on. This light here, this button here is for the chaser, and that is for the main engines. And this one here is for the domes. So when the domes are on, you can see that's just a static mode, and then you turn it off in the middle, and then you pull it downward, and you get that pulsating mode, which it can be adjusted under the bottom. So I've already set it for George. So you turn that off, and of course this is an added feature was specially made for George, which Rick really likes, is the interior. I haven't shown that yet since I built this thing. This is the very first time I put it online, but it's the interior switch for the control station. And I spent quite a bit of time on that to get it right. And I got lots of little fiber optic in there. And Rick's got some nicer shots with his camera, so maybe we'll use some of his photos later and show them to you in the video. If you notice, there's only one ridge line. That's the studio model version. 3 ridge lines for the Atlantis and Aurora model. So this is made like for the studio version. Flipping it up side on the back, you can see I've made some perimeter lights. They will be clipped. Those are the lights, like a sensor that, you know, we've heard about it in the show, that they can sense that someone's coming around the ship, but we never knew why and how. But I just figured I'd add that to it. And there's the porthole. And Rick helped me with that, trying to get the colors right. It's a blue hue with a flickering white and warm white color and some green in there. It looks really neat. I'll shoot this again for you. Hang on a second. Yeah, that little light is so bright, it's hard to get it on film what's in there. But it's a man looking down. I'll have to do it later. See if I can get some shots of it. And of course the laser cannon down there is a static warm white color. And then if you take the pod lights and flick that switch, we get the pods. And then of course this is a fogged dome. And that took me a while to find the right fogging material. The other ones I had, it was more of a yellowy fog, but I finally got a clear fog. So it has a nice color to it. What do you think of that, Rick? I think that's a good...
I think it's great. Like I said, the attention to this is very, very good. You know, and it's just the right size.
Some guys sand them.
Oh yeah.
They sand them, but you get streaks in them. So I wanted it to look, you know, like, you know, just fog.
Yeah, just fog. That's all.
Without, you know, it's not hard to get it.
Yeah.
Right, but then if you see it go on, it's going to look really cool.
Mm-hmm. You can tell right there just by putting it on what a difference it makes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I've added a little extra feature on the ladder, you can see there's a silhouette of another ladder, like in the show.
Oh yeah.
There's not a double ladder.
Yeah.
Like in the Aurora, there's only one ladder in the show, but they show one there. So, and then if you look, there's in the hatch there's a closed hatch.
Yeah.
And there's
I see that.
And the detail on the front of the ship.
Yeah, the attention to detail that what you've done, Mike, is just really great. You know, I can tell you spent a lot of time, like viewing the this TV series itself and trying to get as close to as possible, man.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of the control room. Well, underneath, I should say, we see the guy. You know, it doesn't show up on the film as much, but you can see the guy. Looks like he's working.
Well, you know, if they probably would have had more money, they probably would have put those details in the show.
Yeah. Well,
you know, to
see.
Sure. See here, there's a rim edge. I put that in, that little black line there.
Yeah.
I've added that little rim edge. The wires sticking out, there's a little wee black pipe that they go in to block that, so you don't see the wires coming out. And of course, the metallic base, and of course the logo. And then I gave it a two-tone look with a little alien green here.
Yeah. I like that.
And then it's the alien green color. It's just right along here too.
Yeah.
So
I love the attention to detail in that. It's so
just those little things.
Yeah. But it just adds up. It just adds more. How can I say?
Well, gives it a professional look.
Yeah, professional look. Exactly.
You know, there's that little ladder here. Just a little piece that just leans up against the ladder.
Yeah.
So basically, I just got to sand it one more time to get it smoother, and then I have to weather it. So you can see there's just a slight bump here. So I just got to weather it, and then when I weather it, basically what you do when you weather it, you're taking all that detail and you're putting like little black shadows and stuff in there. Because right now it's just raw paint now. But when you start painting in the acrylic enamel, you add water to it, you wipe it off. It's a Randy Cooper trick.
Oh, okay.
And even on the ladder, you can do it on the ladder, so you get like a darker look of weathering.
Yeah.
And then around the edge here, you know, you'll get that shaded. So that's why it's so important to, if you have little flaws on the saucer, build how it's built, then those will be enhanced by the weathering, and you don't want to see that. So that's why.
But I love the attention to the control room too. That's something you've never really got a chance to see.
No, I've never done it, but
because their budget as far as the special effects and that. But now you can actually see a control room.
Yeah, that's the hard part about making the control room. Was trying to get the chaser lights to fit.
Right.
And frankly, George, I should have charged you $200 for this control room.
Yeah, come on, George.
I built it for him for $50. I thought it would be easy, but it was not. It was a freaking nightmare, and I didn't want to charge him any more money. So, you know, I got a good shot of it here. So if I take the chaser and turn it on, what I did is a little extra feature that Rick didn't see, and I showed him later, and he kind of like, holy crap. Like, if you look up, under the ceiling, in the control room, you can actually see a light chasing together with the chaser. So the actual ceiling lights up a little bit.
Yeah, I like that effect. It's so, that is really
Lift
cool.
this baby up. You might be able to see, there you can see the ceiling now.
Yep.
And then if you kick way over to the side, there's a doorway, and there's yellow light flashing in there.
Yeah, I can see it right there.
And then the control station, if you're right there. All those little fiber optics are not easy to get in.
Yeah.
And then since I was doing fiber optic for the control room, I thought, well, I might as well do these fiber optics for the perimeter lights.
Yeah. No, I just love the attention to detail, what you've done.